protecting our neighborhoods? That's a serious question. What happened to protecting our neighborhoods? And the reason why I asked this question is because at a high school, IC Norman, high school, IC Norman High School, in Portsmouth, there was a football game going on, and then out of nowhere, there was a whole shootout outside the park, but like basically crossing the field. So much to the point when the players was in mid-play, they heard them gunshots and got the hell up off that field. They ran 40s off that field, both teams. The sidelines, everybody cleared the park. And this is a high school game, so this is a stadium and a game going on where positivity is going on in this stadium. Kids are doing something constructive, right? They're learning the concept of discipline and in a team sport and learning how to be a part of a team, learning how to be a part of something greater than themselves. Again, I don't want to sound like the old guy in the room, but I remember a time where you had positivity going on. Anything that was street related was never next to anything positive. There was consequences you had to face for that. So whatever happened to protecting our neighborhoods? Because in a reverse way, the only time I see people saying anything is when we do it to each other. I'll look at TikTok and see some random person in the store, and then you have somebody rolling up in there like, "Yeah, where you from? What set you from? And are you supposed to be? Did you check in?" Like, bruh, what? That's protecting your neighborhood? The person that's in your neighborhood that look like you checking them, but not the people that don't have a vested interest in actually being in your neighborhood, that's doing wrong around people with positive? That's protecting the neighborhood? I remember there was a time, if I seen one of my friend's mom with her groceries, I'm helping her with her groceries if my friend is not around. Even if he is around, I'm still helping with their groceries all the way to where they live. I don't care if it's 2 blocks away. That's just sheer respect. If I did anything that I wasn't supposed to be doing, I'm not doing that next to anything positive. And then me personally, I grew up playing sports. I boxed first, then I started playing football and basketball, or basketball and football. And as a lot of my friends that I used to like really be outside and engage in street activity, you're an athlete. You got a talent for this shit. Nah, bro. Nah. You at practice. Nah. Well, then when I start coming home, I'm like, yo, what we doing? Nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Nothing. And I set my own motion, even as a little kid. But I had to realize, like, yo, they looking out. So whatever happened to really protecting your neighborhood? Being the elder statesman in your neighborhood used to matter. It used to stand for something. I remember the guys that used to be on the corner drinking a little something, smoking a little something. And real talk, that's all they was doing. Out there talking, shooting the breeze. But they was looking out for the neighborhood. They was making sure that kids like myself and my friends didn't get into trouble, didn't get involved with the police, none of that type of stuff. You didn't have little pedophiles trying to come into the neighborhood and snatch kids up because you had those men on the corner. And even though they wasn't selling anything for what I know, but they was out there drinking and smoking a little something, cracking jokes, and they in their own world. But they'll be damned if they let a kid or people that's doing positivity get affected on their watch. I remember when I went into the store one time, I had to be no older than 10 years old. One of those guys see me in the store, be like, "Hey man, I ain't seen you in a long time." This is the first time my mother's with me. She like, "Yo, what you mean you ain't seen him in a long time? What, you a little pedophile?" My mother went off. And he calmly and respectfully said, no, man, you misconstrued that. These kids be out here playing and running around all day. I just be looking out. I see him all the time. I don't mean no disrespect. My name is this. I live over here. I don't mean no disrespect. I apologize if I came to your son wrong or you wrong. And this was a grown-ass man. And he had that respect. That's a part of protecting your neighborhood. Not shooting up just to shoot up because you seen the op and all this positive shit is going on over here. Where they do that at? Is that really protecting the neighborhood? What happened to protecting your neighborhood? I just don't understand it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one that sees something wrong with that. Maybe that's just me. But whatever happened to that? All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. There's another statement I have to make mention. Fly bums. This is this is something I would say all the time in New York City. And I'm born and raised from Brooklyn, you know. So, but it's not just New York City. It's all over the world. And I coined the phrase fly bums. And the reason why I coined the phrase fly bums is because I see and I know some people who are fly bums. They get dressed head to toe. They spend all their money on getting Gucci, Prada, Louis, the whole shebang, Balenciaga, whatever high end you want to talk. They have it. But they don't have that in their account. But they still live at home, living in their room, putting their name on the juice. But they have no wills. But they don't do anything that facilitates a lifestyle for themselves and the higher ilk or their children.